Howdy there, ladies and gentlemen. Well, it's grasshopper time up here in Montana. It's August, and here is my rendition of a grasshopper. I've been working on this pattern for in excess of 20 years, refining it and whatnot have you. And I hope I can explain this to you, and I certainly hope my camera stays in focus. I got problems with that, but I've got my vise, as you can see, hopefully, on an angle, and the grasshopper's kind of this imitation is facing forward to you. But starting at the tail here, I like to use saddle hackle, red saddle hackle, and when I lay this in here, I like to get 5 or 6 wraps of thread in and behind underneath this tail, and so it's on an angle like that. I think that's it accents that overwing, okay? Plain and doggone simple, because grasshoppers don't really have tails, but I got this in here for that reason right there. Okay, now the body on this guy right here, grasshoppers come in all kinds of colors, as you well know. Some of them have red wings, some of them have black wings, some of them have their bodies are a cream, green, light brown, grays, and like that. But I've had the best luck by using, you can use dyed green hare's mask, if you will. On this particular fly that I've got here, I've got some, just a tan rabbit fur that comes off of a hare's mask, and it's mixed with a little bit of seal fur, which you can't get anymore. Okay, but the body is dubbed. Bottom line, right here, and I tie on this is one fly that I will tie right back to the bend of that hook, and this particular pattern right here is tied up on a number 12 2x long fine wire hopper hook. Okay. This pattern of mine does double, if you will, in smaller sizes for a caddis. But anyway, you dub that body a little bit thinner at the bend of the hook, and you make it a little bit thicker up here at the thorax. Okay. Now, exclusively, what I use is a select dry fly hackle, a ginger hackle right here, and I use a full hackle. And I tie it in at the base, but you want to strip up on the hackle so you get the best part of the hackle, not that thick stem, because it doesn't wrap up so well. But I have it so that those barbules, I tie it dry style, so the barbules are going like this. They're going forward like that. Unlike a light elk hair caddis, where it's the other way around, use a stripped hackle and tie it in at the tip. But this is different. You got to flip your thinking around on this guy. And I do use a full hackle too, ginger in color. Okay, I wrap it very tightly and very close together. In other words, over hackle the crap out of this guy. And I get up here, and I stay well back of that head right there where I got this deer hair tied in. But the final thing I do on that body is I overwrap in the same direction that I put the dry fly hackle in, some fine French gold wire. And you don't have to lay that in there, tight wraps or anything like that, but you want to kind of saw the wire back and forth as you're going through these hackle barbules so you don't smash them down and all that. As I'm wrapping, in other words, I kind of move the wire around. I'm real careful. I take this bodkin here, and I'm always picking out the barbules. Okay, that's basically the body, but you do want it a little thicker, dubbed in a little bit thicker up here. And like I say, you can use colors, light cream, brown, whatever have you. The very last part of this fly here, and probably the most important, what I use on this guy here is mottled deer hair. I don't know if you can see this very well, but what I mean by mottled fine deer hair is this particular deer hair right here has got it's got some brown in it, it's got some tan in it, and it goes to a gray color. It's spotted. It's mottled, because if you ever look at grasshopper wings, for the most part they're gray, they got brown and like that. That's the overwing. A lot of grasshoppers have an underwing that can be anywhere from yellow to red. I've seen grasshoppers with black, and that's one of the reasons for this tail right here. I think it helps accent, acts kind of like an underwing, if you will, because a grasshopper doesn't have a tail. But you basically, on this deer hair, you need to clean it, you need to comb it, you need to stack it, and like that, and you tie it in caddis style, just like you do on a light elk hair caddis. But the key to this fly right here is that head. You see this head? I purposely left this head a little bit over-exaggerated for this video here, but it is egg-shaped. You see how it's egg-shaped like that? And, a fairly large size, a lot bigger than what would be on a caddis. But believe you me, over the years I've knocked off a lot of big trout with this pattern right here, and I've actually seen trout. I've been out in the field, caught live grasshoppers, pitched them out in the river, and watched trout refuse, if you can believe this or not, a live grasshopper, and I came right in behind with this hopper pattern right here, and stuck them right in the lip, and that is the God's truth. So there you have it, an egg-shaped head. You're going to have to spend a little time with your scissors there after you tie this overwing in, which is mottled deer hair. Make sure you, like I say, you get an egg-shaped type head. I think that gives the best silhouette, the best, copy or imitation or whatever have you. You got ginger hackle wrapped dry, a full hackle wrapped dry, with the barbels pointing forward. You have a red tail that's been propped up. It's on an angle about like this. And a dubbed body. Like I say, I use hares here. You can use all kinds of colors, but I use a light green in my mixture, if you will. And then the ginger hackle, and of course the overwing is deer hair. That's been definitely cleaned out and stacked and combed and like that. Then this, ladies and gentlemen, all BS aside, I took the time to do this more of an in-depth study, because I do got a few YouTube videos where I flash this around, but I wanted you to have a better look at this, because this is a good floater. It fools fish a lot. Don't ask me why, but it's just because I guess I've spent so much time working on this particular pattern. But this is a real fish catcher right here, just what you're looking at right there. Let me get that bodkin out of your way so you can look at this for a few seconds. But I fooled a lot of trout in my day with that pattern right that you're staring at right there. I call it my hopper caddis pattern, but for right now I'm just going to call it a grasshopper pattern, because the hoppers are out up here in Montana along the Yellowstone River. So there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Try that if you could follow my instructions and give her a try and see what you can come up with. Thank you very much for the movie review.